Putin's puppet. 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 Putin's puppet.
Your turn.
Ay, yo quiero salir a la tele. Sí. Para salir en la tele.
What exactly come out?
Oh my gosh, that's a Sinclair one. Excellent. We hate Sinclair. Come to Alexandria and the Roslyn tomorrow. We'll let you know how much we hate Sinclair. So why do you work for Sinclair? Why do you work for Sinclair?
¡Épale! ¿Cómo están? Vente, gordo. Ufa. Ay, coño, no, Camila, no puedo. ¿Aló? ¿Me ven? Mira. Ya va. Ajá, actriz. ¿Me ven? Mira. Mira dónde estamos. Oh my God. ¿Qué quiere decirle a Trump? No te oigo. ¿Por qué no se oye? Mira, look at this. Hay una protesta. ¿Qué le quiere decir a Trump? Actriz. Al presidente. ¿Qué tal?
Dile que están en silencio.
Mira, están en silencio, no los escucho. Están en silencio. Ustedes están en silencio. Están comiendo papitas.
The resistance needs you.
Oh.
Están en silencio.
And you're welcome. Come on, leave us a little chant.
Y'all y'all been remind me on what?
Impeach 45! 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 Impeach 45!
Vote them out!
Vote them out! Vote them out! Vote them out! Vote them out! Vote them out! Vote them out! Vote them out! Vote them out! Vote them out! Vote them out! Vote them out! Vote them out!
When we vote, we win. When we vote, we win.
When we vote, we win. When we vote, we win. When we vote, we win. When we vote, we win. When we vote, we win.
Show me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Show Show me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Show me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Show me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Show me what America looks like.
This is what America looks like.
Show me what America looks like.
This is what America looks like.
Show me what America looks like.
This is what America looks like.
Show me what America looks like.
This is what America looks like.
All right, next trend.
You can stay back a bit.
Let me see.
That'd be great.
Oh, I got one. Take a knee. Take a knee. No, seriously. Take a knee. Take a knee. Take a knee. You can't take a knee. 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 Nah, see, we respect our flag. See, we love our flag. We love it. All 50 stars up, all 13 stripes, and stars on it. We love our flag. What he gotta understand is, it's called civil disobedience. So when that man and his number 2 want to come out and say, oh, don't bow at the national anthem because you're disrespecting the flag, oh, I beg to differ, mister. Because guess what? It's called civil disobedience. And it's called freedom in America. Obviously, you don't know what America is. Matter of fact, have you read the damn Constitution? Mic drop. Come on, man. All right. Go. Oh, I got one. Brothers coming. No. Oh, Putin's puppet, all right? All right. Putin's puppet. 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 All right. Whose house?
Our house.
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 Why you ain't saying nothing? Whose street?
Our streets.
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 Now, before we go on, I want to thank our wonderful Secret Service for keeping us safe so we don't have a gunfight. Because what we not going to have, we ain't going to, all right, hello, am I on the house?
Adjust the volume.
Hello? Hello?
There you go.
I'm on in the house. Thank you very much for our Secret Service. Because right now, this is called civil disobedience. Currently, we're in a constitutional crisis. Children are being separated from their parents. Why do we have to have people separated from their parents? Why are they separated? Where are the children? Okay, where are the children? 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 See now, hold on.
Where are the children?
Hold on. Now we're asking the question where the children are. Right now they don't have a clue. So my thing is this: you don't have a clue where the damn children at. Then do you got your head shoved up your? I ain't gonna use. I know this is disturbable content for the children to hear. But my question is, where the damn children? Shame. 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 Why you ain't saying that? Shame. 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 question for you and Mike Pence. Why in the world are you being complicit about the Russia investigation? Let me tell you something, it's not an excuse. You know what you're doing is wrong. And we're going to be out here every day until we find our justice. No justice, no peace. 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 No justice, no peace.
No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace.
2016, United States election. Worst damn election in our entire lives. It don't matter if you felt the liberal side or the conservative side. What all matters is that we all Americans. And if you can't understand that and live up to that and fight for your fellow man, I don't know what you are. I'm talking to everybody else that's looking at me under the sound of my voice. I ain't scared of nothing. Martin Luther King wasn't scared of nothing. You can kill me, you can hurt me, but I know where I'm going. I know I'm gonna get a well done, my good and faithful servant. So I'm going, as long as I got blood in my body and breath in my body, I'm gonna stand up for what's right. Because right now, what we got ain't right. Am I right?
That's right.
What we got ain't right. Now, how do we change it? This is, okay. Vote them out. Vote them out. That's what you do. You vote them out. Now, see, it's a damn shame. Why did we come out and vote previously? Is it because of hatred? Is it because of differences? Why? We will come out and vote in this election, and nobody's going to take away our country. Russia is not going to interfere in our election. We're going to hit Arizona. We're going to hit South Carolina. We're going to hit Maryland. We're going to hit Virginia. And then when we take back the Congress or whatever you want to do, we're going to take back that house. But first, before we do any of that, what I will encourage all of y'all to do is to come together. Because we live in a situation where Black Lives Matter. We live in a situation where children's lives matter. We live in a situation where the top 1% of the income bracket should not be overruling the poorly like myself. Now I come from a single parent household. My mother had to raise my sister and I all by herself. You want to know why? Because I had a dad who was an alcoholic. And she knows, and she understands what it means to have to live paycheck to paycheck and have to support her children. So, with that shit being said, we need to come together and we need to fight for one another. No more top 1% getting everything. No more parents getting separated from their children. No more poverty. Let me tell you something. Joe Manchin's place, his stomping grounds, West Virginia, if you go to McDowell County, West Virginia right now, you're going to see poverty everywhere. Everywhere. I've been there. I was on a mission trip from my church. Everywhere. McDowell County, West Virginia is number 2 in the poverty line of all counties in America. Now, if we are the wealthiest damn country in the world, why do we have a impoverished county? Riddle me that. I don't know. All right. I'm doing a lot of talking. Who else want to come up here and talk? Any brave souls? Sodas, cigarettes, cake. Any brave souls want to come up here and talk? Because we're divided right now. We're in a constitutional crisis because of these two gentlemen here, Trump and Pence. Nation calls. Duty calls. I can't look at the American flag anymore. It brings shame to me. So when I hear Mike Pence and Donald Trump saying, you're going to stand for the national anthem, I ain't got to stand for shit. I pay my damn taxes. And you don't exert control over who controls their own team. All right? Taking a knee is not disrespecting the flag. Taking a knee is called civil disobedience. But if this man don't know the Constitution, how he going to understand that? But enough about him. How about moving forward? If we want to move forward and truly make America great, we got to move forward together. Is that hard? No, it's not. I thought so. I don't know, man. That's all I'm saying. USA! Okay, now before I say USA, it ain't USA for, as Barack Obama would say, it ain't USA for a Democratic America, or a Republican America, or a white America, or a black America, but the United States of America. So, if we really want to compete in the 2020 Olympics and really show our pride, if you want James Harden or Michael Westbrook or any of them to play in the 2020 Olympics, we got to do something about our country right now. Because if we don't play in protest. Greg Popovich, don't take the club down to Tokyo and play. Because if we win the gold medals again, they're going to be like, oh, really? So America's won the gold medal again in Tokyo, but they got fascism going on back in the country. And they claim that they're the land of the free and the home of the brave. Why support them in getting a medal? So we got to do something about it. But in the meantime, USA! 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 All right. Due to some violent content, parental discretion of these words is strongly advised, and we mean no harm. No Trump, no KKK, no fascist USA. 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 No Trump, no KKK, no fascist USA.
No Trump, no KKK, no fascist USA. No Trump, no KKK, no fascist USA. No Trump, no KKK,
I
no
agree with him.
fascist
I'll let you agree
USA.
with him.
No Trump, no KKK, no fascist USA. No Trump, no KKK, no fascist USA.
Listen, I've been doing a lot of talking. Who wants to talk now? The floor is open. Now, Mr. McConnell won't give you the floor, and neither will Speaker Bryant. But I'm going to give you the floor. I will play Senate Majority Leader right now, and I will play House Speaker right now. Who has the floor? Who got the floor right now? I done done a lot of talking. I'm Dominic Lion, yeah, that's me. But who done a lot of, I done done too much talking. I done done enough too. I need somebody else to go. All right.
All right, I'm a little nervous, but why don't we give this one a try? Impeach 45! Impeach 45!
Impeach 45! Impeach 45! Impeach 45! Impeach 45! Impeach 45! Impeach 45! Impeach 45! Impeach 45! Impeach 45! Impeach 45! Impeach 45! Impeach 45! Impeach 45! Impeach 45! Impeach 45! Impeach 45! Impeach 45! Impeach 45! Impeach 45! Impeach 45! Impeach 45! Impeach 45! Impeach 45! Impeach 45! Impeach 45! Impeach 45! Impeach 45! Impeach 45! Impeach 45! Impeach 45! Impeach 45! Impeach 45! Impeach 45! Impeach 45! Impeach 45! Impeach 45! Impeach 45! Impeach 45! Impeach 45! Impeach 45! Impeach 45! Impeach 45! Impeach 45! Impeach 45! Impeach 45! Impeach 45! Impeach 45! Impeach 45! Impeach 45! Impeach 45! Impeach 45! Impeach 45! Impeach 45! Impeach 45! Impeach 45! Impeach 45! Impeach 45! Impeach 45! Impeach 45! Impeach 45! Impeach 45! Impeach 45! Impeach 45!
Hi, everybody. Thank you for coming out. I know, I didn't do Fox today. Last night I was in a suit because I went for an appearance on Fox News to here, which was a very odd transition. So, we're going to have a couple of people speak, which if you have been here a couple nights before, you know it's been sort of, open mic. But at the moment, no offense to Dominic. Dominic is no opera singer, I don't think.
No, I'm not.
So,
I can sing, but I can't sing no opera.
So we're gonna have our famous singers come up for a little bit, and to introduce them is my friend and former colleague Adam Parkamenko, who, if you've never heard of him, you should. Adam is like heart and soul of the Democratic Party. He, when people say everyone's got to vote, Adam actually backs that up. He helps candidates. Doesn't want to speak. He doesn't like a lot of attention, but I'm forcing this on him. So I'm going to give this to him. He's going to quickly introduce the singers, and then I'll be back.
All right.
All right, Adam. This is my first time seeing you.
I don't know if saying I'll be back is an encouragement to say or not.
All right. You can hear me. Thank you all so much, everyone. I know a lot of you have been out here for 4 days. We really appreciate it. And, we're all out here for a number of different reasons. We all care about a number of different things, but most importantly, our country. So with that, we have two opera singers tonight. Molly on the left and Carla on the right, and they're going to do a total of 4 songs for us. So I'll turn it over to them. I ain't talking.
You're not together? Oh, nice. If you guys are too scared, I'll sing. Go for it.
again. Before I get my sister here. Wow. Let's keep it going. I don't know what to say. Yeah. Hard act to follow. The bottom line is, before I get it off to my sister, is that look, it doesn't matter what side of the aisle you're on. We're all Americans. So if you're having any reservations,
I think that was German.
German?
What she's saying, and I think was German.
Nice. Good stuff.
Not Russian.
If you really care about this country, you will make the decision to be patriotic and say, you know what? No matter what side of the aisle I'm on, we're going to be Americans. Thank you.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Molly.
I'm an opera singer, and I am pissed off. And that was a song that is just loud enough to drown out the fashists. Because we don't want them getting their message out anywhere. I'm going to pass the mic to my friend Carla. She's going to sing for you too. She's also a pissed off opera singer. All right, everyone. Well, some of us might be feeling a little alone because of the state of the world today and what we're facing, but we're still alive. We're still surviving. This song is called Alone and Yet Alive. This is from Gilbert and Sullivan's The Mikado. Woo! Alone and yet alive. Oh, sepulchre, my soul is still my body's prisoner. Remote the peace that death alone can give. My doom to wait, my punishment to live. Hearts do not break, they sting and ache for old love's sake, but do not die. Oh, with each breath they long for death, as witnesseth the living eye, the living eye. Oh, living eye, come tell me why, when hope is gone, dost thou stay on? Why linger here where all is drear? Oh, living eye, come tell me why, when hope is gone, dost thou stay on? May not a cheated maiden die, may not a cheated maiden die. Yeah.
Congratulations. Right.
We do have a little list. It's actually a pretty long list.
By the way.
I have another song for you. It's from an adaptation of Shakespeare's Macbeth, and it's about committing a crime to take the throne. I keep thinking I'm just going to go for it, and then I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing.
alla grandezza nili, ma sarai tu malvagio. Vieni misati e colle accendere, ti vo quel freddo cuore, ludoci impreso a compiere, io ti darò valori, io ti darò valori, valori, discuzioni ti promettono, li profetessi il trono, che t'adi accetta il dono, ascendi via regno, ascendi via regno, accetta il dono, ascendi via regno, che tardi, accetta il dono, ascendi via regnar, che t'adi accetta il dono, ascendi via regnar, che t'adi accetta il dono, ascendi via regnar, che tardi, sì, ascendi
I think you got the message over there. Watch out.
This is like an opera off.
John. All right, this next piece is from Handel's Alcina. This is called Sta nel Ircana, and it's about trying to escape the clutches of an evil witch.
E cosa tana, e crescenosa, in certo pende, si parte o tende, il cacciator. E crescenosa, in certo pende, si parte o tende, si parte o tende, il cacciator, si parte o tende, il cacciator. Sta nell'ircana, che cosa tana, che cristegnosa, in cerca vene, si parte al tende, il cacciator, che
gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, Dominic Lion here, your boy Dominic Lion here again. We have a special person who we want to bring up. Well, he needs no introduction, so I won't waste any more of his time. His name is John Aravosis.
Alright. Okay, this is my first bullhorn, folks, so be nice to me. My name is John Aravosis, a longtime Democratic activist, but about 25 years ago, I was a Republican. I was born a Republican. It wasn't a choice. Born in the Chicago area, Chicago suburbs, a lot of us Republicans out there, moderate Republicans, I will add. And about 25 years ago, I worked on Capitol Hill. I came here to go to Georgetown Law, went to work for Republican Senator Ted Stevens for about 5 years, was one of his top aides. And at that point in the early 90s, I already realized that the Republicans were becoming too intolerant of a party for me. They were getting too in bed with the religious right, just too hateful of a party in terms of where I believe the Republican Party should be and where the Republican Party historically was. But even then, I never imagined that the Republican Party 25 years later would get to the point it is today, where it is not just an intolerant party, but it has become an un-American party. And I just want to say, as somebody who was a Republican, who worked as a Republican in Congress, even today, it's difficult for me to find the words to explain to you what it means as a Republican, the idea that we would turn our backs on national security, that we would look at a country like Russia, look at somebody like Vladimir Putin, who not only is a former KGB agent, but the KGB has the same slogan basically that the Marines have, where there's no such thing as a former Marine, there's no such thing as a former KGB agent. That is the way they think. Russia is still our foe. Maybe I don't want to use the word enemy, but Vladimir Putin attacked our election. This president knows that. This president does not care. Now, it's not just about the election. Donald Trump has been a friend of Putin, a friend of Russia from before the election. We all knew this. He got into office anyway, and unfortunately, against a lot of the expectations I think a lot of people had, and a lot of reasonable Republicans had. They thought Donald Trump couldn't be that bad. Congress wouldn't let Donald Trump be that bad. Well, folks, Donald Trump is that bad. And worse. And worse. And, I came here today as, again, you can Google me, Aravosis, but I'm a long-time Democratic operative. Like I said, I've worked on the Hill, I've written for The Economist. I'm on Twitter, Aravosis, you can find me. But Adam asked me to come just to talk about why I've been coming to these protests. And for me at least, and I know for everybody it's a little bit different, I'm just appalled that the Republican Party would give up on national security. It's just, I don't know. Again, I have a hard time sort of finding the words for it. I sort of think back to 9/11. I'll wrap it up in a second, but I've lived in Washington since the early 80s. I was here on 9/11. Folks who aren't from D.C., I think, often think that New York was the city people were freaking out in. It was bad in D.C. too. I could see the Pentagon burning from my window here in D.C. I never knew I could see the Pentagon from my window. I could see the smoke coming up. There actually was a small view of the Pentagon. We heard there were car bombs on the mall. We heard there was, we heard that the State Department got bombed. Friends of mine in Congress had to run out of the building because one of the reports was that one of the planes was heading for the Congress. Now we hear maybe it was heading for the White House. We don't know. But I remember that day, after that day, I talked to my mom, still a solid Republican, and I said, Mom, I've got a balcony overlooking the city and I want to hang a flag, but I wasn't sure, is it tacky to have a flag hanging from my balcony? I mean, I want to do it, but I don't know. And I said, I actually have a really long 20-foot balcony. I kind of want to hang 5 of them, but am I going to look like some kind of a lunatic having 5 American flags on my balcony? And my mom said, you can never have too many American flags. Do it. And I did. I hung 5 flags on my balcony. I was very proud, but I mean, I say this not just as a former Republican, because I think, former Republicans aren't the only people who are proud of being Americans, but to me, that's the reason I'm here, is because I'm just so shocked at how un-American, unpatriotic the Republican Party has become, and they become that way by default. I know those of you out there listening today, look, in front of me now, I know some of you guys are Republicans. I know the kids with the Make America Great shirt, you better be a Republican or you're at the wrong event. But, and I suspect people like you are pro-America, that you actually believe in a strong defense, that you actually don't believe in putting our interests behind those interests of our allies. Not of our allies, but of our enemies. But that's what the Republican Party has become with this president, because he's motivated by greed, he's motivated by his own self-interest, and he's probably motivated by compromat, the Russian term, basically, that he's been compromised. Whatever it is, we know Donald Trump isn't looking out for our national interest. He's looking out for Russia's, he's looking out for North Korea's, he's looking out for anybody who can benefit him but not benefit America. I believe in America. I still believe in patriotism. I believe we don't need to make America great, we are great. And that's something that Donald Trump never understood. He still doesn't understand. And you sure as hell don't make America great by pandering to dictators, by pandering to America's enemies. Anyway, I just wanted to get that out there. Thanks for coming, folks. You know, this is the 4th night we've been here. It's been an amazing turnout. Everybody here is here because we believe in this country, we believe in change, we also believe in making political statements, because that's why we're here. We're still free, we can still express our opinion. So thank you for being here, whether you're a Republican or Democrat. I just appreciate you guys came tonight to listen to us.
Thank you.
And we're going to have more singing in a second, so don't leave.
First off, well, I'm gonna get to that later. But let me get a thought in real quick, and I'm talking to everybody. Right now, America is divided. Now, if anybody cannot stand up and find out that America is divided and toe up from the floor up, then you ain't American. Now, we respect anybody that want to come, make their voices heard. But what we cannot expect is that we have Americans dying all around us because, see, I don't know if you believe in Jesus, but I know Jesus, and do you ignore the fact that people are dying all around us? Because people are dying all around, people die every day. I don't know if my grandfather gonna still living, or gonna still be living by the time I get back to my house. I don't know, but what I do know is that this is the land of the free and the home of the brave. And that's why I didn't select July 4th as my birthday, because guess what? America is in a crisis. Now, this crowd out here, y'all seem a little tepid. Now, when I was in Maryland, in that fateful day Larry Hogan won, all because everybody was tepid about Anthony Gregory Brown, who was my congressman. Oh, we ain't gonna have no tepidness in this crowd. So, in the words of a lady that spoke on Moral Sunday, I'm fed up and I'm fired up. So when I say fed up, you gotta say fired up. Are you ready? Yeah. Are you ready? Yeah. Are you ready? Yeah. I'm fed up. Fed up. Fed up. Fed up. Now stay that way.
These guys have been too sedate. One thing you don't want, Dominic. Dominic's been a champ for 3 days now. It's clear to me there are a couple of things you don't want to do. You don't want to piss off an opera singer, and you don't want to piss off Dominic. And I'm not sure in the Dominic versus opera singer matchup how it would go. So, first off, thank you all again for coming out for what is night 4 of Occupy Lafayette Park. And a couple of actual specific thank yous to people who have been doing a lot of the work, who have not taken to the bullhorn. Adam Parkamenko, who is standing here, bright orange shirt, and Ian Malou, who is holding the periscope camera right here. Ian, flip the camera out for a second. Alexis Kaufman is back there. Alexis, thank you. Every night we have thanked the Secret Service, because these guys have been incredibly professional. Like, if I were one of them and the drummer was here, I don't think I'd be able to keep my cool. I'd be like, lady, you give me a headache. and the park police. They have been incredibly courteous and telling us exactly what we can and can't do, and it's been wonderful. Think about how close we are to our White House. Never thought that would happen. So, you know, we started this on Monday with a tweet, which I guess everything these days starts with a tweet, and we had no idea what would happen. I don't even know who we is. I sent a tweet. I figured I'd come, a few other people came. Turns out it was like 500, 600 people. And we made a lot of noise, we banged pots, and we banged drums, and we whistled. And by the way, if anyone notices a bit here, this is the new bullhorn. This is a souped up bullhorn. And had no idea what would happen Monday night. On Tuesday, had no idea what would happen on Tuesday night. We said, everybody, we're going to be here. And we were joined by Michael Avenatti, and we had a surprise appearance by Alyssa Milano. They were both fantastic. And, you know, we had no idea if that was... Who?
Near attendant.
Oh, yeah, sorry. And my old colleague, Neera Tanden, from Center for American Progress. She whipped up the crowd. I'm surprised everyone didn't leave at the moment and go vote. Like, just go find a machine and vote right then and there. And last night, Adam's creativity kicked in. And I'm afraid to ask what he's got in store from here on out. But a lot of people have been asking, you know, every night they've been saying, are you going to be here tomorrow night? Are we doing this tomorrow night? And I'm not the one to ask. Are you guys going to be here tomorrow night?
Oh, hell yeah.
Are you guys going to be here for a sixth night?
Yeah.
We're going to do this for as long as you guys have something to say. And when that runs out, we're all going to go back and we're going to protest and make our voice heard in all sorts of ways. And we're all here for different reasons. So I asked Dominic to make sure that you guys weren't shy. On 3, I want everyone to tell me the issue that they are here for most. There's no wrong answer, okay? 1, 2, hold on, is it 3 or on 3? On 3, okay? Includes you, and you. And I want to hear it operatically. 1, 2, 3. Okay, have you noticed there were a lot of different things that were being said? There was no shortage of topics. And, you know, if you'd come out here, I guess 13, 14, 15 years ago, there would have been a lot of people standing here protesting this house over Iraq. And we're in a situation now where there are too many things to count to protest. And every one of them is right. There is no right or wrong. You're going to read a lot about politically, people are worried about saying this, about that. We want to focus on this. There's no right answer. You should do what you do. Every member of Congress should do. And we'll figure it out. The most important thing is everyone votes in November. And we take...
Back to White House.
Where's the Capitol? We take that house back to take that house back. Our house. Our house. Our house. So, here's the thing. This guy, well, when did we leave last night? Like midnight? We left at like midnight. We turned our back for 18 hours, and it gives us a whole new day of shit to protest. We leave to go shower, change our clothes, get something to eat. We turn our back on him, and he invites Putin
for the fall.
For a sleepover. Impeach Putin's puppet. Now, I guess in some ways it makes sense for Putin to knock Donald Trump out of his bedroom, since that's his boss. But no matter how many more nights we do it here, everyone's got to circle a night or a day, a night, a day after that on their calendar for when Vladimir Putin comes. Because we're going to light the place up. Metaphorically. And you know what? He's either going to stay in that house over there called Blair House, which is the official guest house of the United States. Maybe he'll stay there. Maybe he'll stay in the Russian embassy, which is up on a hill, so they can hear us better.
We're right there.
But we're going to come here, and we're not going to ring on the doorbell. We are going to ring the White House. We're going to stretch all the way down. We're going to go all the way around past Treasury. We're going to go all the way around.
So bring the noise. Bring the noise.
Dominic's going to make sure that we come all the way around, and they are going to hear us. They are absolutely going to hear us. And
Trump haters, Trump lovers, bring the noise. What does that matter?
Trump lovers, bring the noise. Look, everyone should come. Look, these guys with the MAGA shirts, God bless them. They believe what they believe. We disagree. I have thought that it's been very interesting that for 4 nights, we have very heavily advertised this and hyped it. We've had celebrities, and there hasn't been any counter protest. I think that that's really telling. They should be too embarrassed. They should be too embarrassed. So, without further ado, I'm going to sing Ave Maria in B flat. No. I'm going to bring Carla and Molly back up. They are going to jointly sing a rendition of a very familiar song, which I think everyone should feel free to join in on. Probably not as emphatically. And the timing might not work perfectly, but we have a guest who wants to speak. Probably don't know his name, but he'll be interesting. All right, so ladies.
All right.
They do not need the bull.
Much better optics.
Perfect. There you go.
We don't want to block you.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
That was not cool of you guys to sing something that he doesn't know the words to.
He doesn't know much, to be fair.
Encore.
About America the Beautiful.
To America the Beautiful.
Yeah, you got requests.
And we know the words.
Apparently this little disc determines what they can.
Let the opera singers self-determine.
Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountains' majesties, above the fruited plains. America, America, God shed His grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood, from sea to shining sea. Woo!
night, somebody else. But I just want to share with you, some of you may not know it, a poem that seems to be relevant right now and which I think should inspire all of us tonight. This is from World War II, for those of you that may know it. It's called First They Came. First they came for the communists, and I did not speak out, because I was not a communist. Then they came for the trade unionists, and I did not speak out, because I was not a trade unionist. Then they came for the Jews, and I did not speak out, because I was not a Jew. Then they came for me, and there was no one left to speak for me. So I hope that without depressing everyone, we can be inspired. And can I hear that each person here will speak out for someone else that they see being oppressed, whose vote is being suppressed, whose rights are being oppressed. Speak out for your neighbor. Do not stand in Starbucks while someone pulls off a hijab off a Muslim woman. Do not stand on the metro while someone tells a Mexican laborer that you're a rapist. Do not stand for it, because we must stand together or we will surely fall. On that, I want to introduce Rock Newman. Rock Newman has been involved in the civil rights struggle for decades. He went to Iran with Dick Gregory to try to free our hostages. He worked in the world of sports, entertainment. He now hosts a show on WHUT TV. But Rock and I worked together in dozens of countries around the world: Indonesia, Brazil, Kenya, countries that were dominated by two things that we never thought we would see here in America. A president whose family you had to do business with to get things done, and a media that wasn't able to tell the truth. And there's something that pervaded all those countries, a sense of despair, a sense of powerlessness, of helplessness. And we've never had that in America. And the idea that you have to know someone, that you have to know Jared Kushner or Ivanka Trump to get your company to get a merger approved is not American. The dream is to come here and live your life and make your dream. And so I think we all feel a combination of helplessness, but optimism, and we have to find a way to channel that together. So this is the man I think is able to do it, and I hope he's going to teach me what to do, because I'm pretty depressed today.
First, would everyone please say hello to Monty?
Do you have anything to say? Monty, come back here.
If only pets could vote.
Thank you so much for saying hello to Monty. As I was invited down here this evening, I really had a lot of questions about what to talk about. Yesterday, we celebrated what would have been, had he lived, the 100th anniversary of Nelson Mandela's 100th birthday. Alexis talked about us doing business around the world. And one of the things that we had an opportunity to do was to spend 3 quality days with Nelson Mandela in South Africa. Shortly, this was before he had become president of South Africa, shortly after he had been released from prison. And we spoke to a man who was filled with love and devoid of bitterness, hatred, and divisiveness. That was Nelson Mandela. That is not what we have in leadership in this country today. And as much as I come from a world and am most known from coming from a world of pugilism, where the objective is to win the fight and to knock your guy out with violent punches, I think what we are required to do is to recognize the God that is within us. Amen. The very God that has taken this country and moved it forward as this union has tried, as we have tried to perfect this union. Just in South Africa, in celebrating that 100th birthday, you all heard Barack Hussein Obama give a speech that we only wish the current occupant of the White House here had the ability to give. I use the word devoid. He is devoid of anything that it takes to give that kind of speech. And you know, as much as he is the occupant that we would like to see gone as soon as possible, I think to some extent it is counterproductive to put too much focus on him. Let's focus on what we who love can do. What we who love have seen leadership, who have seen those who have been able to advance humanity and advance man and womankind. I don't have a great speech for you to hear today, but what I do want to do is to encourage you to love yourself enough, to love your neighbor enough, to stay in the streets, to do what you need to do, to move this country forward, to embrace each other in a spirit of love and compassion and understanding, because it seems as if there's efforts underway every single day to stop that, to stop us from coming together, but from dividing us and turning us around. You know the civil rights words that we ain't gonna let nobody turn us around. We're not gonna let anybody turn us around, and especially a New York City 3-card Molly con artist. Before I go too far, I want to stop. I want to thank you for just the brief moment I've had, but I want to bring you someone who is a recent 2018 graduate of Columbia University, a graduate with high honors, the youngest ever New York Times editorial writer, the youngest in history, someone who at 14 years old was on NPR, who is going to be a rock star in the world of media and of making this world a better place. Bianca Vivion.
Good evening, Washington, D.C. I came all the way here from New York City. It is, what time is it? It is 8:16 on a Thursday, and there's better places that all of us could have been. We should have been at dinner. We should have been running in the park. We should have been walking our dogs, but we had to be here at the People's House because we are the people. And right now, we had to be here because there's a stranger in our house.
There's a stranger in our house.
There's a stranger in our house. And you know, when a stranger comes into your house, the first thing they do is get real comfortable. They start moving things around. They start bringing in their friends from Russia. They start filling up your Supreme Court. They start separating families and being hostile to your neighbors. There's a stranger in our house.
Stranger! Whose house?
Our house. Whose house?
Our house. Whose house?
Our house. This is a house that our ancestors built and our tax dollars maintain. This is a house that we did not put this man in here, and it's time to take him out. And this is by no means a perfect house, because this is by no means a perfect nation. There was problems before Trump, there will be problems after, but we can't save a house if it's burning down. We come here because the future of our children is at stake. We come here because the future of our country is at stake, and the progress that we have worked so hard to maintain is being withered away day by day, and we're saying we're not having it. Let me hear, we're not having it. We're not having it. And so you did have better things to do on a Thursday 4 years ago, but today you had to be here because this right here is the people's house. This is our house. And we're taking our house back. And you know what it is that's so disheartening is that the last year and a half has been nothing but one big distraction.
By now, we could have been working on sustainability. We could have had our families together. We could have been working on gay rights. We could have been working to end police brutality. But we're here just trying to get this stranger out of our house. And when the distraction is over, just know that the work is not done. We're going to continue to fight. We're going to continue to win. We're going to love one another. And we're going to show people that America is better than this. I'm so glad to be here, Washington, D.C. Thank you for having me. It's time to take back our house. November or never. Can I hear November or never? November or never. Thank you so much.
Well, since she gave me the megaphone, I got one more thing to say. There is a stranger in our house. Repeat after me. There is a stranger in our house.
There is a stranger in our house.
And we need to get him out.
And we need to get him out.
God bless you.
Broadway, do some chants.
How are we all doing tonight? I don't think that was loud enough. I think we can do better. How are we doing tonight? I'm mad. Are y'all mad? Can I get a hell yes? Hell yes, I'm mad! Hell yes, I'm mad! Are y'all fired up? Are you fired up? Alright, well my name's Emily Patton and I'm a community organizer. You can find me on Facebook. We're called Occupy Lafayette Park. That's where you're going to get all the information for the future about future rallies like this. I have some exciting news. We brought some food, and it's going to be delivered in the next 10 minutes, and we're going to meet over at that statue. We've got sandwiches from Pret a Manger, because we are going to keep you fed and keep your energy up, because this problem isn't going away anytime soon, is it? So are you fired up and ready to go for the long term? What? All right, we'll see you in a couple minutes in the back, and we've got lots of goodies. Thank you.
All right. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna do. And listen, this ain't shade. This ain't going against nobody. This ain't to be mean to anybody. But it is Mueller time. Now let me tell you something about Richard Nixon. Richard Nixon knew what he did, Tricky Dick. And the bottom line, it was Cox time. We knew that. We had the tapes. But we don't want to be too offensive because this is still America, right? America, land of love. But to be real with y'all, it is Mueller time. So what I'm gonna say is, I'm gonna say what time is it, and then you're gonna say Mueller time. Y'all feel me? Yeah. Okay, ready? What time is it? Mueller time. 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 Now I got another one. I think I made one. Something to the effect of, who has the verdict? Mueller. Who has the verdict? So what I'm gonna say is this. See, Cox had it with Nixon. Mueller gotta have it with Trump. You don't fit anybody that's around here that I'm talking to. But I gotta say, who got the verdict? That's Mueller. That's Robert Mueller. So what I'm gonna say is, I'm gonna say, who has the verdict? People say Mueller. I said, who has the verdict? Right, y'all ready? Okay. Who has the verdict? Mueller. 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 I don't know I don't know what his reaction is going to be. I'm talking about you. I don't know how his reaction is going to be when he leaves office. Now we saw Nixon and all the I don't know. But we're going to put him out. Period. And restore our country. Thank you.
Hi everybody, my name's Hope. I just want to say something. So we all know that we have an eligible president here in the White House. Right? That is a fact. All 7 American countries. I There's been flagrant illegality at every level of the Trump organization, or the Trump administration. But, so, in this case, what are we supposed to do? Well, we have three branches of government in this country. We have the executive, back here, our good friend Donald, but we also have the legislative branch. And the reason the founders set it up that way is that when one branch starts overstepping its power, betrays its people, the legislative branch is supposed to reel them in, supposed to be the check on them. But Congress, they haven't been there. Yes, House Republicans in the House and the Senate, they could be holding here. 1 minute. I agree. They could be holding hearings into everything that's been happening. They could be passing sanctions on Russia. They could be allocating money to state election boards to prevent the Russians meddling in the 2018 elections, which, again, the warning lights are blinking red. That is a thing that is happening as I speak. But they aren't. The Republicans have not held one hearing into any of, not just the Russia stuff, but all the corruption that's been endemic across the EPA, the Department of the Interior, the entire executive branch. They have not appropriated a single dollar towards protecting the 2018 elections. Not one. Zero. In fact, they've slashed funding for election grids. And you've got to ask yourself at this point, why? Because they're complicit. I guess that remains to be seen. But so what y'all have to do out here, we can't let this keep going on. We need a Congress that's going to stand up to Trump, that's going to stand up for the constituents they supposedly serve. So I need every one of you here, if you aren't already, get registered to vote this November, get your friends registered to vote, your family, and you get out to the polls this November, and you vote blue no matter what.
Vote them out! 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 Vote them out!
So in these days, there's been a lot of talk about what's patriotic and what's not. There's one thing that has been misperceived, attacked as unpatriotic. I think we've all seen in the last week how patriotic our president is. So to honor true patriots, Dominic is going to lead us in a little thing here.
Yeah. Now, I already done it. Now, that means you're familiar with it. It's called Take a Knee. All right? And this is to let them know back in that building, in Congress and in the Supreme Court, that kneeling before the American flag does not mean that we disrespect the American flag, but is that we are patriots of this country, we love our country, and it's civil disobedience. And anytime, anywhere. See, Martin Luther King said, injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. Yeah. Yeah. Okay? Oh, yeah. So, to speed it up, we want to do a take a knee because we have injustices and they've started it. So, take a knee. Take a knee. Turn this way. Take a knee. 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 Donald Trump and Mike Pence, I know you hear us. We don't disrespect our American flag. Matter of fact, let me tell you what the American flag represents. Red represents hardness and valor. White represents purity and innocence. Blue represents perseverance and justice. And the 13 stripes on the American flag represent the 13 original colonies. And the nicknames of the American flag are Old Glory and the Star Spangled Banner. So we don't disrespect our flag, sir. We actually love our flag. But because of the things that you're doing right now to this country, I can't look at my flag. Maybe we don't have a flag to kneel to. Whoop-de-doo. But we're taking a knee against you, Mike Pence, John Snyder, who just got resigned because he called somebody a nigger. That's not acceptable here in America. No. That's why we're here. And I'm being very respectful because we got our Secret Service friends right here. They're doing a hell of a damn job.
you don't have anywhere else to be and you're in the mood, you'll still be here. There are the sandwiches coming soon, so get hyped about that. And if you're on your way out, have a good night. We'll be back here tomorrow, same time, same place.
Who's streets?
Streets!
Who's